The T-18 tank stands as one of the most fascinating experimental vehicles ever developed during the early years of armored warfare research in the United States. Built with the intention of providing a compact yet heavily armed platform, the T-18 sought to balance firepower, armor protection, and mobility in ways that were not commonly seen at the time. Its design philosophy was rooted in the idea that a well-armored, low-profile assault gun could bring significant fire support directly to the battlefield, giving infantry units the cover and firepower they desperately needed when advancing against fortified positions. Unlike many tanks of its era, the T-18 featured a fixed casemate structure rather than a rotating turret, which made it more comparable to the tank destroyers and assault guns developed in Europe. This unique approach allowed engineers to mount a powerful 75mm gun in a compact chassis, reducing production costs while also streamlining the vehicle's battlefield role. From the outside, the T-18 was instantly recognizable due to its box-like structure and sharply angled armor plates, which were designed to increase the chances of deflecting incoming shells. Its heavy front armor was meant to withstand direct hits from medium-caliber weapons, allowing it to act as a spearhead against defensive strongholds. However, this impressive frontal armor came at the cost of thinner side and rear protection, which left the vehicle vulnerable if flanked by enemy units. The suspension system was adapted from existing American light tank designs, giving it reasonable mobility despite its heavier build. Though not the fastest vehicle of its time, it was capable of moving across difficult terrain with relative ease, ensuring that it could keep up with advancing infantry formations during combined arms assaults. The T-18's primary weapon, the 75mm gun, was chosen for its versatility against both fortified enemy positions and armored threats. This made the T-18 suitable not only for breaking through enemy lines but also for defensive engagements where it could ambush hostile armor from prepared positions. To supplement this main gun, the tank was equipped with a secondary machine gun for close-range defense against infantry, ensuring that it could operate independently when required. Despite these advantages, the vehicle's fixed-gun design meant that the entire hull had to be maneuvered to aim at targets outside of a limited traverse range. This was a common trade-off for assault guns, but it limited the vehicle's flexibility in fast-paced engagements where turreted tanks had a clear advantage. When considering the crew experience inside the T-18, one can imagine the cramped and demanding conditions. With a small crew of 4 men consisting of a driver, gunner, loader, and commander, each member had to perform their tasks with absolute precision to keep the vehicle combat effective. The interior was tightly packed with ammunition, communication equipment, and the gun's recoil system, leaving little room for comfort. Nonetheless, the compact layout also made the vehicle more difficult for enemies to disable, as critical components were protected by thick armor at the front of the hull. Still, visibility and situational awareness were limited, meaning that the T-18 was best used in well-planned assaults rather than fluid battlefield maneuvers. Although the T-18 showed promise in trials, it faced several challenges that ultimately prevented it from reaching mass production. Its limited gun traverse made it less versatile than turreted tanks, and its heavy frontal armor caused balance issues that placed strain on the suspension. Furthermore, by the time the vehicle was being evaluated, newer designs such as the M10 tank destroyer and Sherman-based assault vehicles were emerging, offering better performance and greater battlefield adaptability. As a result, the T-18 was eventually discontinued, with only a small number of prototypes built and tested. Yet, even in its short-lived history, the T-18 represented an important step in the evolution of American armored warfare. The lessons learned from its development influenced later vehicles, particularly in the field of self-propelled guns and tank destroyers. Today, the T-18 survives not as a frontline weapon but as a piece of history that reflects the experimental spirit of World War II-era American tank design. Its legacy lies in the innovation it demonstrated in the